What type of training should you be doing to get yourself ready for the forthcoming training year? So I'm going to go through a few exercises that you can do, some drills as well, that will keep you in shape, but more importantly, get you ready for the season to come. The first thing that I must say is that you need to take a rest at the end of the season. Have a couple of weeks off. This will enable you physically and mentally to recover and regenerate. Many of my athletes start to get bored after a week or two and do ask me if there's any training that they can do. So I do give them some exercises and some recommendations. Much also depends on the stage of your development. If you're an established athlete, then you may need to take more rest at the end of the season than a younger developing athlete. The first thing you don't want to do is lose the ability to move your limbs relatively quickly and in a jumping and a running specific way. It's quite surprising how you can lose some of that capability even after just a couple of weeks off. What I want my athletes to do is to be able to come back to training and be ready to perform at a high intensity from the get-go. I don't want to do too much general training in early season training when we start back at the track. Rather, as I said, I want to start with relatively high intensity drills such as acceleration work and running up to about 80 to 90% of maximum speed. And I also want the guys to be able to do takeoff drills and skipping drills, for example. So we need to ensure that the hamstrings, calf muscles, ankles and knees are ready for that intensity. So there are lots of things that you can do in a small space at the track if you really need to go there, or in the open air in a park, for example. Sometimes you just need to get away from the track and your usual training environment, as that will also make a kind of gap between end of season, pre-season and winter training. On screen now, you're seeing a number of the exercises that I give to my group in order to keep in shape in the gap between the end of the season and winter training starting. Many of them incorporate balance and stability movements. Single leg squats, for example, are very important in that respect. And I'll emphasize the lowering phase, the eccentric muscle lengthening phase, accordingly. This will ensure that the muscles and the soft tissue of the lower and upper leg are particularly well prepared for the intensity of subsequent training. In-place sprint drills are another set of exercises that I will prescribe at this time of the year. Now, there are numerous versions of these and they do feature in many of my other videos, but again you're seeing some of them on screen now with some captions which describe the key technical requirements for them. Again, they're developing balance, stability, posture and shoring up your joints in order to maintain that stability and base strength. In recent videos I've talked about triphasic training, so here in this pre-season training ideas video I've already mentioned some eccentric movements. Well, it's important to work across multiple muscular actions, so we also do isometrics, so isometric hamstring bridges, for example, single and double, eccentric calf presses and eccentric squats. So these are easy to do. Isometrics and eccentric muscular actions are particularly useful for reducing injury potential in that they are controlling muscular actions, and that's going to be very important in terms of giving your body a foundation for the more powerful exercises to come. You can, of course, work specifically on your core, front, back and sides, albeit that some of the sprint drills and balance movements are doing that in a connected muscular way, in that the muscles are all working together to hold you in position whilst you're performing the exercise, which is very similar to what happens when you're running and jumping. However, in particular, if you are a younger athlete without sufficient accumulated core strength, then performing core exercises will be of use during the pre-season training phase. I particularly like using Swiss balls in that respect. And again, on screen, you're seeing some of the Swiss ball exercises that I'll be recommending that my training group does. So what if you want to do something a little bit more intense? I often get as I've indicated in this video, some of my athletes getting bored during their pre-season break. So I'll often say to them that they can go and do some light drills. So that could be leg cycling, low and high cycles, but nothing should be that intense. I also suggest that they do some more what I call basic drills, this time though moving forwards versions. So we may do traveling lunges, forwards and backwards. Also marching drills with hands held overhead, all at walking pace. So they're not stressing the body that much, but they're developing some local muscular endurance and keeping base fitness there. You should also have a think at this time of the season about what you need to work on over the forthcoming autumn and winter season into the competitive seasons in 2023. Think about what worked, what didn't, and what you think you need to incorporate into your training, and talk to your coach about that. Obviously, as a coach, I'm going to be looking at the training that we've done over the past 9 to 10 months and seeing if I can add and subtract to it in order to improve its delivery. And I'll be going into that in more detail in the coach athlete members area of the channel with some very specific planning videos. So do check out the members area on the channel should you want to find out very specifically more about training planning. Well, I hope that the information provided in this video will help you with your early season, pre-season preparation and give you some ideas as to what you can do and perhaps what you shouldn't do. If you've any specific questions on the subject matter of this video, then do leave them in the section below or through my other social media. And do please subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell notification icon so that you'll know when I upload new content. And do give this video a like. And good luck, of course, with your training, and if you've got any competitions, good luck with those as well. If you're interested in the extremely portable and accurate free-lap timing system, then do drop me a message. The system is accurate to 2/1000ths of a second and can time end times and split times. Set, hit. Drive, stay down, keep working.